it's my pleasure to introduce KAL.
Hey everybody, good to see you. This has been really fun for me to watch you guys in action. And so I've been doing a bunch of sketching and went back home last night, put them together in a bit of a PowerPoint. And so want to kind of share with you what my observations have been over the past sort of 36 hours. So when I was asked to take part in something called Taking Stock, I wasn't quite sure what I was in for. So it's a rather unfortunate name for a retreat. But you know, when I got here and to see things in action, it was actually quite good. And one of the first things we talked about, we knew we were going to be talking about challenges on campus, and that was going to fill our time for the next 2 days. But the first challenge was trying to drink your coffee at breakfast on the first day when they gave you both all your paper materials and you had your tablet and your phone, and you're all trying to do it at the same time. So maybe the first recommendation is to get a third hand. That's what we try to do. So anyways, the first thing we did was the data session. And the data session was great. They had all of this really interesting information. A lot of it. But sometimes for me it maybe seemed a bit much. And so when they asked me, seen enough bar charts, my response is 32% says yes. 16% says sort of, and 52% says needs more coffee. Okay. So anyways, one of the interesting questions that's followed with this was about, well, which of these charts would you endorse people outside campus learning about inside campus? What would you promote? And one of the areas that I found interesting was the sustainability section. You might remember there was talking about our carbon footprint and how we might change it over time. And one of the things that I learned, and maybe you guys knew about this, in order to help cut down on waste in the commons, they've actually gotten rid of food trays. In a way, because people will consume less food. It's kind of a smart idea. I think this is great, but it made me think, what are they going to do with all those food trays? And so I came up with two ideas of what we could do on campus with the food trays. So the first is use the commons as a place to develop a world-class ultimate Frisbee team. So I thought that'd be good. But the second one I think is more important. I think we should take all those trays, melt them down, hand them to the engineering department, and see if they can design the world's first molded, life-size, portable parking garage. That would work really well on campus. We just move it around when we want. And not only that, it not only will it take quarters, it will also take plastic, which would be really good. So now, next thing was, the academic innovation, which I thought was a really great idea, because so many people teaching, they don't know what other people are doing. And this is a way to learn kind of tricks of the trade. And this is a good example where a guy says, after years of research, I have found the key to student engagement, and that is free pizza. And that's a really great thing for all teachers to know. So then at lunch, we had a great talk with Chancellor Curran. I got a chance to sketch him up close here. And he says he really knows how to win an audience, you know. And there he is, he's in his pom-poms, and you gave him one of your shirts, I can see. That was really great. It was a really, really great talk. But so then we got into the meat of the discussions. Now, the next 24 hours was a lot of these discussions, and I kept on hearing these words, and I think I got the idea. I had to ask myself, I said, so now let me see if I got this right. We are planning as planned a plan to supplant the old plan with a planned new plan with advanced planning. And the response is, that's the plan. So anyways, we go into our small groups, and now we're having to reflect back on what happened before, right? So can anybody remember what was happening on campus in 2002? And I said, well, don't ask me. I can't remember where I parked my car on campus last week. You know, so it was kind of a lot to ask. But still everyone endeavored. And in the evening, we had a great time. We went into the new arts building, Arts and Humanities building, and we walked in like this. That's right, that's right. And when we came out, we were like this, because it was really quite something, really an amazing place to see. So anyways, this morning, I spent time with the theme team. Now, most of these other drawings I've showed you have been kind of funny and exaggerations, but actually the drawings that I did with the theme team are very realistic of what was going on there. So when your data would come in the morning, it would be like this. It was fast and furious. And in no time, the place was looking like this. But they were happy to dive in and try to manage all the data. They were flipping through it. And in short order, they were organizing it and getting it put together, which was really great. And they did this in a matter of minutes. In fact, they were always under the gun. And when a guy at the end would say, come in and says, is your PowerPoint nearly ready? They would always say, we have just to load one more bullet point. So that was what it was like in that room, in case you really wanted to know what was going on. So, but one thing I do have to say on a serious note about this, coming in as an outsider, watching this whole process, this has been really impressive to me because I've had the opportunity to spend a lot of time in institutions all around the world, and it's a lot easier for institutions to operate by having diktats from the top on down. That's the way a lot of corporations work. And in order to try to get input from the larger community, is a lot of work, a lot of energy, nonetheless other resources. But it seems that UMBC is really, really committed to hearing the voices of the intelligent, smart, and experienced people they have in this room. And it makes me very proud to be part of this campus. So, when you come back 20 years ago, when people asked this question, what can you tell me about UMBC? We said all sorts of funniest, humorous anecdotes about that phrase. But more, you might get these kind of answers. Pull up a chair, it would take a few hours. Or a great compliment would be, my kid wants to go there. Or it's right here and it's going places. Thank you very much.